Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm the RPG Recusant, and we are continuing Final Fantasy 13. We've literally just left Snow, and now we're fighting a behemoth. But we've already been doing this already, so this tutorial is a little bit, unneeded. But there are techniques, and the reason I was doing this tutorial is because I knew how to do Libra, but I didn't know how to check their stats. So as it happens on PC, it's going to be the C key. And it basically explains that Libra kind of updates the computer AI to know that it's weak to fire and water, and as it happens, Vanille and Saz both have that ability. But as you saw there as well, I don't want to keep harping on about the stagger, but it is so important to have a commando, because the commando at least helps slow down the decreasing bar. And like that, you get a little refresh here. So you're looking to change your paradigms often, but you're going to want to have at least a couple that have a medic in the middle, just to kind of have, whether it's Ravenger commando medic to kind of top up and keep attacking, or two Ravagers and a medic. If you don't have a Sentinel, the game isn't really going to throw that much at you. That's too powerful. So having the Tri-Disaster here just to get the stagger is definitely well worth it. And you can kind of keep on attacking away, because the commando's boost to damage goes to the spells as well. So long as you have a commando, your Ravengers are getting a damage boost as well, which is pretty good. And just the graphics are stunning, looking at all the different bits of crystal and the designs, the different whites and the blues. It is just so lovely. But over to the Crystarium, we're going to just use 152 CP, so we're getting more HP, a power chain. The golden crystals are basically abilities that are active abilities that you can log into your ATB charge, or passive abilities that give your commando or your Ravenger or your synergist better bonuses and things. But Hope's actually completely finished his synergist. We're moving him over to medic now. We're going to just try and hop back and make sure we pick up those little things on the outskirts for Saz, and then move along. But yeah, we're gonna I like you guys to just see what we're leveling up in the Crystarium, how it kind of looks, and where roughly you guys should be, because we've not been skipping any battles. And regardless of the star rating, your experience is always the same. So there's no need to worry, oh, I'm after getting a lower ranking because I did it slightly slower than me or something. Does that mean I get less XP and I'll be more behind? No. The game gives out XP evenly. It's just the refilling of the TP gauge and item drops that change with the star rating.
Sweep team, form ranks!
They must be hunting down Purge survivors.
I hope everyone made it out okay.
So do I. But nowhere is safe for them now. Damn it. Just cause they shared a neighborhood with a foul sea. They get treated like Pulse-tainted rats.
People really hate Pulse, don't they?
Not hate. More like fear. Tens of millions of people, all scared of Pulse boogeymen. They'd be shaking in their beds every night if they knew that Lecie like us were around.
But they purged that entire town.
It's crazy, I know. But the Sanctum Foul Sea did nothing to stop it. Up until now, Eden's always stepped in to correct their errors in judgment. Guess humans aren't worth the effort. Figure they'll let us just kill each other off.
Lecie are not human.
Listen, you, that's enough. We're still alive. That's something.
What?
Where is it?
I don't know.
There.
They're sealing off the area. They're trying to trap the stragglers. We gotta get moving before we're caught in the net.
So after that cutscene, it is nice that Vanille's spirits just sort of never dampen. She's kind of like, look, we're alive and we're going to just try and, you know, keep on keeping on, you know? But we are being hunted. We are, you know, in pursuit by the government. And here we have some soldiers. Didn't get the preemptive strike, unfortunately, but we're going to Libra them because even, you know, any enemy can have different weaknesses and stuff to exploit. So we're going to really want to try our best to keep our TP as high as possible, just so that we're able to use Libra on a regular basis whenever we come across new enemies. But as you can see, like, we're not going to be in a major problem with that, because here we have 5 stars and, you know, we're nearly back to 4 again, you know. And what's interesting is that the lower your number of TP, the easier it is to regenerate. Like, the amount to regenerate just 1 TP is basically like a 5-star rating will always net you 1. So at least for Libra, which only costs 1, you'll kind of always be able to, you know, cast Libra if you at least do good in some of the battles. Now, what is true though is that there is a situation where you are able to kind of manipulate, as in go back a certain distance and come back, and then the same mobs can spawn again. That's obviously a really handy way to like grind for EXP, but it's actually probably more useful to be able to grind for more TP, you know? And this is where you need to have like a medic when you start seeing them like charge, especially when we have no sentinel. Like they both charged with 2 electro kicks. I had to leave Vanille in sentinel or in medic because she was getting attacked so much that if I had have had her on anything else, she would have been able to heal in time to kind of stay alive through that second attack, you know? So these particular enemies, like there's different skins basically, but like they're the kind of same variant. They're like the little kind of floating ballerina leg type of robots. They are pretty lethal. They can kind of just decide, yeah, I'm gonna just kick you to bits, and it can wipe out your HP really, really quickly. But we're gonna want to collect every chest, because once we do start unlocking item upgrades, you know, that's where we can really start to have our characters excel, you know?
Too bad that's all busted up.
And here we have some more human enemies, and I don't quite know why I stopped really, but no preemptive strike unfortunately. But realistically, guys, I don't know why I did this way, but like just for your own tips, I would always start a battle, at the very least, like for the paradigms we have now, you're better off having, you know, 3 attacking rolls, you know? Just because medic is grand, but like at the start of the battle you're not going to be hurt. So Vanille's going to charge up 3 active time bars and no one's going to be hurt, so she won't actually cast Cure. So it's just like, that's basically why I got 3 stars pretty much. Because Vanille was there with active bars, but she's not going to use any abilities because there's no one to heal. So she's literally just doing nothing, and you're basically fighting a battle of 2, or a battle of 3 versus, you know, you have a team of 3 and you're only fighting with 2. God almighty is what I was trying to say there. But if in doubt, always, if there's like a way to go around in a loop, always go like the furthest way to the side. because odds are you're going to be able to get more treasure and stuff. But I'm just hopping over because I'm like, oh, did I actually equip the guys with their new weapons? So Vanille has more magic now, a higher magic staff yield, and we've equipped Saz's new guns as well. But if we just hop up here, you actually get to have 2 of the chests without having to like run and then run back kind of a thing. So you can see the way Vanille's going. She's going to go up to the left and up around that corner. But this way you kind of go to the far right and then loop back in. And like, I know I keep talking about it, but like, it is just, I won't say funny, but like the reason like Saz is like, oh my god, I am not able, you know, it's just that he is just so much older than all the other people in the party by like at least 2 decades, you know? But we got a preemptive strike, and you know, we're seeing this massive hoverbike thing. That's what we're going to really want to like focus down, you know? So we get our stagger, and we're going to just, again, Vanille will be attacking, and it will be much more useful if Vanille were attacking, because currently nobody's even the least bit like injured. This was a mistake on my part. I kind of threw us into the tri-disaster thinking, oh, we'll just skyrocket up the stagger meter to do way more damage when we swap into commando. But as you can see, even though the stagger bar goes way, way high, it decreases much quicker. But now, having said that, we're lucky insofar as there's enough time just about for us to take out the enemy there. And now Lightning's getting quite low, but we're going to want to keep up the pressure, keep up the attack. So our Med Ravager Commando is good, and then we kind of built up the stagger a little bit with one Ravager, but stabilized with Commando. So like, diversity into triple Rav and then back to diversity is kind of a nice little, you know, back and forth kind of a thing. Like, this game really is for switching near constantly. You kind of switch, you switch back, and all of that. I'm making sure you don't see my save files. You don't realize how late in the evening I was playing all these games during the Christmas break.
Whoa! This whole place is crystal.
I wonder what it'd be like to become a crystal, I mean.
You gonna complete your focus?
Maybe. If I knew what it was. Yeah, I probably don't want to know.
Hey, Lightning. Did Serah say anything to you about her focus?
Nothing.
You know what? She probably didn't want to worry you.
Or she just didn't think she could trust me.
Oh.
But they're still being hunted, like they're still scanning the area. Like, they freaked out so much when there was one pulse Lecie Serah, and now there's like 6, 5. So onward we go, up and around this corner, and we can see on the minimap that there's a fight, but it's with these robot-y things, so we're not going to really worry, hopefully. And again, just, yeah, I just keep changing first thing. But I will warn you guys, on the very first transformation, they always do this little flourish. And when you're in a pinch and like really struggling and scared that you're going to die and like you have to change to a medic role, you don't want to have it be the situation where you're not going to be able to heal really quickly.
I can't stop now.
And I left this in, I didn't cut it out, purely because I think, one, you have to kind of realize it's not the end of the world. If you do, you just literally retry outside the load zone, because each of these battles can literally, on a dime, be so difficult. Like, they you know, it's not the case that, oh, it's just a simple thing of, oh, you know, it's grand kind of a thing. You are able just to act, you know, through no fault of your own, just die really quickly because the enemies are just that strong. And it's not that like, oh, we just need to power level. It's like, no, literally, like every challenge is kind of scaled in a way that like, oh, if you've gotten to this kind of part of the area, if you've taken part in most battles, your max stats should be around this, your min stats should be around this, so we're going to just build it so they're challenging, you know? As I say, if I saw lightning there at around 200 HP, if I was thinking more accurately, seeing those two attacks, I should have just thrown a potion and kept us in, you know, diversity. But yeah, you can retry the battle, you're back in a couple of seconds, and just because you get a preemptive strike, it all goes totally differently because you just focus down one. Or if I had done like blitz and stuff, we could have even focused down two, kept their staggers really high. But we're going to collect this chest and we're going to go to the save point, and that's going to be today's episode. It's a bit of a short one, but it's just a weird mix of what we have to kind of work with here. We're kind of just, there's no real kind of nice cutscene closure for a long while. So I'm just going to close off the episode here as we go into this next area of the ruins. It's going to be occupied by Sanctum soldiers, and we're going to pick it up next time. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been the RPG Recusant, and I'll see you next time.